Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ajwa and I hope this video finds you well. If you are new to this place, please consider subscribing, and to all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support and welcome back. I'm so excited today because I have a fragrance, or a flanker of a fragrance, that I actually love. I saw this and I was like, I need to grab it. And guess what? It's a new flanker of the FAKHAR line known as FAKHAR Lattafa EXTRAIT. So this is supposed to be an extrait version. However, what is it an extrait of? Is it the one for the male or the one for the female? Because we already have the FAKHAR Rose and we have FAKHAR Black for men. When you take it out of the box, that is how it looks like, with the back of it, you know, being just like the gold with some 3D print on it. And then the box is equally shiny gold, you know, very pretty. It is very eye-catching. I love this one. When I initially saw this, I was super excited. I was like, could this be a flanker of the FAKHAR Rose? You know, I have this one, so I was like, probably this is the intense, since this one is an extrait, probably it's Clipping Lentradi Intense, which I also have in my, you know, collection. So I was not super enthused about picking it up, but I thought about it. I was like, you know, who cares? It's not like that expensive, so let me just grab it and see how it tastes, and at least let my followers or my viewers, you know, be able to know what this one is about. And I'm super glad I did, because it is absolutely nothing like this one. This is, you know, the Lentradi EDP, but this one is absolutely nothing like this. Upon initial spray, it reminds me of something, you know, something, but it's quite masculine to me. It is marketed as, I think it is marketed as unisex, but I think this one links much more to the masculine side. I have this roller ball that this fragrance immediately reminded me of, and this one is called Hayati, also by Lattafa. So obviously this is a dupe for Hawas, or the original version being the Paco Rabanne Invictus. So this is one that I got initially, and I've never been able to review until this day. However, when I picked this one and I sprayed it, it immediately reminded me of Hayati. There's absolutely no information on it as at the time I picked it up. There's nothing, not even the note structure. However, I pick up the cardamom, the vanilla, the bergamot, and a bit of the apple, and then you pick the same things from this particular fragrance. So it immediately reminded me of Hayati by Lattafa. This one is, however, like a better, smoother version of Hawas and Hayati to me. I would consider this one like a noir version. Let's say Hayati or Hawas is like the daytime version, and this one is like a noir. And by noir, I mean like an evening scent. You know, in most instances, when they add noir to fragrances, they give that connotation that it is sort of an evening sort of scent. And this is what I get in this one. It is a better blend with less of the apple, you know, less of that bergamot apple. You get more of a cardamom, and you get some woody, you know, touch to it. I will simply describe this fragrance as an aromatic, woody, fresh fragrance. It has that freshness element to it, but it's not as fresh as the Hawas, for example. This to me is like a noir version, in my opinion. I'm not saying this is the dupe for it, you know, or in the same line, but this is how this one smells to me. I could be wrong. It could be something totally different, but the first impression that this one gave me was Hayati, which I have in my collection, you know. So I was immediately like, yes, this is Hayati, you know, vibes, or Hawas vibes, or Paco Rabanne Invictus vibes. It is in that same family. I believe strongly that this is a dupe of Paco Rabanne's Invictus, probably one of the flankers. I'm not too sure which of the flankers. You know, there are so many of them, but I believe it's going to be, you know, maybe the EDP sort of version with with something like a darker, you know, side to it. It gives me that sort of dark, dense, noir sort of vibes to it. So I would just consider this one as more appropriate for evening, you know, events. Although, I mean, it's sort of a aromatic, woody, freshy scent which can be worn, you know, throughout the day, be it morning, afternoon, evening. In my opinion, this is an excellent fragrance. It doesn't come across as having that sort of a stereotypical Middle Eastern Oriental vibe. It doesn't have that. It has no oud, it has no skunk, it has no heavy animalic or any sort of Middle Eastern type style fragrance to it. It doesn't have that. It gives you straight sort of designer or celebrity sort of fragrance, but I see it's more of a designer fragrance, which is like more of a better quality than a lot of celebrity scents. This one gives me that sort of designer vibes, and it is well done, very well done. If you love FAKHAR, the black one, you will love this one. If you love anything Invictus, the Hours, all those masculine aftershave sort of smell, you will love this one, because I get something like an aftershave sort of scent in this one also. I get it, but it gets more of the cardamom predominantly. Then you get a bit of bergamot and some vanilla. I think this one has a better quality vanilla to it than I find in Hayati by Lattafa. That is the difference I find in them. I could be wrong, but I believe this one is sort of duping Paco Rabanne's Invictus. It is in that family, and it also reminds me of the OG YSL. It sort of reminds me, they all have that sort of stereotypical male DNA, male fragrance DNA with some fresh woody aromatic. Usually they are bergamot, apple, citric aromatic, woody, with some lavender. This one has some lavender. I think it has some lavender. I am not sure of the note structure, but that is what I smell. I think it has some lavender. I think it also has some ginger. I believe it has like almost exactly the same note structure as, let's say, Hawas, with a bit of the YSL YEDP, sort of vibes to it. It is a good one. If you love any of those fragrances, you will love this one. It doesn't really come off as something that is going to fill up a room. I would say this is like a first impressions. I got this fragrance today and I'm filming, but I've been able to spend some few hours with it. It has the projection, but it doesn't really fill up a room. It will give you about 4 hours, let's say between 4 to 6 hours, where it performs, normally, after which it becomes quite a skin scent. On clothes, I have had it on clothes for some few hours, and I believe per how it is performing, it's going to do much better. I think this one is more geared towards men, although I enjoyed this one. I think it would be better suited for men. If you don't have the likes of the Hawas and the Hayatis and the YSL Ys, probably you can just pick this one up simply because it is a new one. I love the bottle. It is a great scent. It doesn't have any rough around the edges. It is not rough around the edges. It is smoothing out. I think the guest wanted to give out a better version of the Hayati, sort of FAKHAR black vibes. There's maybe they just wanted to smoothen it out better, and they've been able to achieve it with FAKHAR extract. This I would highly recommend for my men. It is a pretty one. I love the details, the bottle, everything is so pretty. The back also, that sort of 3D sort of print it has. It is, like some scales. It is so pretty. Seeing it in person, it's so pretty. So I highly recommend it for my men, most especially. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope this video found you well. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and if you appreciate it. Thank you, and I hope to see you in my next one. Take care. Bye bye.